I want to remind you guys that Earl did a brand new 216 this morning. He went over 2 different mock drafts that had the Browns selecting multiple players in the first round, including one of them being an offensive lineman. So go check out him and Cecil going over those mock drafts this morning on the 216.
Dude, if the Browns draft an offensive lineman at 2.
No. They traded back into the first.
Oh, okay.
Don't spoil the episode, Mike.
Well, he said take it at 2. I'll tell you, don't worry, there was not an offensive lineman.
I still don't like the idea of trading back and taking an offensive lineman.
Listen to Earl and Cecil.
They were in favor of it or no?
Go listen to the episode.
All right.
Go listen.
We'll check it out. All right. So, I forgot what we're talking about here, Anthony.
All right. So we're
Chain gang.
The NFL has changed another
Sorry.
rule. Go for it, Bull.
So, yes, this was really cool. I love this, guys.
I hate it.
So, if you hate it?
You're nuts. You're out of your mind.
This is my only old man take.
Okay, let me explain it, and then you can tell me why you hate it. So, for those who didn't see
and then
this.
I need Dustin's expertise on
Yeah,
this.
for those who didn't see this news, amongst the rule changes, we talked about some of them yesterday. This one, I guess, popped up a little later in the day. The method to measuring first downs in the NFL will switch from chain gangs to camera-based technology in 2025. The traditional chain crew will remain on the sideline just in case the power goes down on the thing or whatever it is. They'll still be there for show, essentially, most of the time. But they're using the Hawkeye technology, which I believe they use for tennis, right? Isn't that what they use?
They do.
Okay. Now, tennis is a little more straightforward because there's nothing blocking the ball as opposed to there being 20-something bodies on the field with the ball. Yeah. And they did try it, I believe, last preseason.
They did, yeah.
And I think there were mixed results. But obviously, they've improved the technology, and I love it. And obviously, you love it. But let's start with you, who's against it.
If this is as seamless and flawless as the Hawkeye in tennis,
yeah,
I am all in.
Right.
If this is going to slow down the game with more reviews, I am out. Sports is a human game. Humans play it. Kenny Atkins said after the game last Thursday against the Spurs, when we had 4 reviews in the third quarter and then 2 more in the fourth quarter, and the complete flow of the game was negated to a screeching standstill, that he'd rather sacrifice 1 or 2 calls here or there to just get the game flowing. Because the best part of a sport, from a fan perspective, is when you get this back and forth, when it's not being stopped for random timeouts and useless stoppages in the third quarter. Did it deflect off Dustin's fingernail in quadruple XL slow motion? It went off Dustin. Yeah. It is what it is. For the most part, I don't like the robot umpires in baseball. I like the human element. In basketball, I would get rid of all challenges. If a ref gets a call wrong, he gets a call wrong. I like the human element of sports. In tennis, I love the Hawkeye. Why? It takes half a second to get the call right. If this is the Hawkeye, I'm in. If this is going to lead to more pointless reviews, I'm out.
My understanding is if they're using the Hawkeye technology, it uses multiple camera angles and the technology. By the way, this technology has been around for like 25 years.
Yeah.
So this is not like new. This is not something that like the Hawkeye technology in tennis is like 99% accurate.
And it works instantly.
I'm sure that's how it's going to work in football, where they get the instant result and know exactly to the wherever to put the ball.
If that's the case, I'm in.
And the thing about it, like in tennis, is okay. It says it's out, and they show you the little mark where the ball, and it's like the players can't argue it.
Keep it moving.
It's the same for every player in every match, and you know it is interesting because the human element is crazy. Like in tennis, if you look at a ball from a different angle, it looks in and it looks out.
Yeah.
And these umpires that would call these balls, because at Wimbledon, this is or Roland Garros, I believe this year. One of the 2 tournaments is now going to add electric Hawkeye this year.
Oh, I thought everyone had.
No, one of them, it might have been Wimbledon, was the last one because they had line judges. I think they're going to go to the Hawkeye this year, but it's great, and the players can't bitch about it. You know, sometimes you do have some issues with it. That's why you have the backup chain gang, and same thing for tennis, where they would sometimes they can't review it, but no, it works seamlessly. It's flawless technology once everyone agrees upon that, hey, it works, no one questions it.
Yeah, that's it. Although as a kid, I did love listening to McEnroe scream at the umpire.
You can't be serious!
He had some classic moments.
That was a great call.
Mike, your take is one of the 17 worst takes of all time.
It might be my only old man take.
You're throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I never thought I would use that expression, but there it is.
I don't even know what that means. That's such an old phrase that I
it's
literally have no idea what it means.
The point is, like, you don't like that there's delays in Nobody likes delays. You've got to fix that, not get rid of replay. The answer is not to get rid of replays, to make it quicker.
Mikey, but the replays in basketball take in human element. Because there's these referees go looking at the monitors and deciding what happens. This is not going to be any of that.
That's what I'll say is the challenges in basketball, I could listen to a debate. It's not as good in basketball because the play is so quick. In football and baseball, there's time to – in football, there's after pretty much every play, there's at least 20, 30 seconds to straighten something out. In basketball, the play keeps going, so it's a little tricky. I get it. And the system they use in basketball is terrible. I'll never understand, in all sports, why they send the official to go look at it. Why? I've said it 1,000 times.
Secaucus looks at every replay of every game. Just have them tell you. Yes.
It should be better than that.
Sky judge.
There should be a sky judge in every arena. And for football, we talked about it. There's billions of dollars in the NFL.
Yes.
Why is there not a sky judge at every football stadium? Forget what can be challenged and what can't. The sky judge looks at every play. If there's an obvious mistake in 20 seconds, he corrects it. If there's not, he doesn't. It's that simple. And
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Replay assist, man.
My issue is not with replay. My issue is the pacing of the game and how it changes. And with this new technology, if it gives you that instantaneous, hey, he got the first down, he didn't, I'm fine. Well, I take it back.
But here's the flaw.
But if they have to go to the replay and we have to get a TV commercial so the referee can go over, look at, and just like in basketball,
that's not the case.
Okay, and
I'm saying, and that's why I said if that is the case, Dustin, I will refrain.
Here's the problem with your argument is that when you're talking about whether they got a first down or not, those things are already holding up the game. You got to take out the chains to measure in most of those cases.
I know, and like I said, I like the drama of it.
Who cares about the stupid human element?
I like these 65-year-old guys having to run on the field.
Index card. Do you remember how good of a moment that index card was when you had to slide it between the chain? And
it's so dumb.
Man.
Plus,
it adds to the drama, though. I'm with Mike on this one. If you're just doing a video review, it's not as dramatic.
We want to get it right. Who cares about the we have fans are complaining all the time that they don't get those things right. Dude, now they'll get up, get it right.
It was cool back in 1987 when we didn't have 10K HD televisions where you can literally see.
I know.
Oh, they effed that up, man.
It makes no sense.
The Josh Allen play in the Chiefs game would have never happened.
Right.
I mean, they had the first down.
It makes no sense that we, sitting on our couches at home, have a better understanding of the result of the play than the refs.
Bingo.
That's crazy. It is totally crazy. Again, I get what you're saying about pace. You got to be able to make when they start looking at replays to see an index finger touching the ground. If we get that's it. Cutoff point. 30 seconds. Move on.
You weren't here Friday.
Yeah.
I had an idea. Were you here Friday, Dustin?
I was not.
My idea to how to speed up replays. This was in response to the Spurs-Cavs game with 4 reviews. Put a tight shot on the referee's face, football, basketball, whatever. And each time he watches a replay, you reveal a personal fact about him. And each replay gets a little more severe and a little more severe. And by like the 6th, 7th replay, you're giving out credit card numbers, you're giving out social, which should be an incentive for the referee. If I can't tell after the first one, just call stands. And it continues. So you go 4 replays in the game. By that 4th replay, even if you only watch one each time, we're getting to the 4th fact. 12, you're fired.
I think there's other things I'd rather change about the NBA. I loved our guy, who was Tom Haberstroh.
Yeah.
Loved the idea of cutting down the season to 58 games or whatever it is.
Never will happen.
I think if you flop, you get kicked out of the game. I hate flopping in the NBA.
I'm fine with that.
How about LeBron? Did you see this? LeBron says he doesn't flop, which is insane that he would say that. And then the next day there's a video of him with an all-time flop.
Yeah, he does it all the time.
By the way,